Alright, what's going on, everybody? I'm Nick.
And I'm Caleb.
And we're your two new best friends.
Wait. Actually, we got a new best friend over the last week. So we're actually... She's like tap dancing on the table.
Yes, for audio listeners, if you don't know, Caleb just threw a new puppy on the table. Well, he didn't throw the puppy on the table, but he's holding it on the table.
Yes. So Lucy, introduce yourself. Okay. She said, hi, what's up? We love you. But yeah, this is an Australian Shepherd puppy. She's 10 weeks old. I purchased her actually last Sunday when we recorded episode 2.
That's right.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk to Caleb about his impulse purchase. Mm-hmm. Is that what you would call it, of this dog? And we're also going to go back and talk about past pets that we had in our youth, and give a little story about him if we can remember.
Yep, and we might play a game at the end or a little quiz, and we will be discussing and going over which dog breed we might be.
That's right. So, Caleb, let's just hear the story about how you bought this dog.
Sure. After church, I went to Mugshots with some friends, and then I was like, you know what? I have not been to the flea market in probably 2 years. That's true. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you went to the flea market? She's currently drinking my Capri Sun.
I actually can't remember the last time I went to the flea market. It was a while ago, but I know it was probably to get some of that corn.
Oh, that corn's the bomb, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta put that Zatarans or whatever on it.
No,
is that not what it is?
I thought Zatarans was like the
rice,
like the macaroni. Yeah,
it's
the rice
not macaroni.
I think they had a little noodle dish that they had.
Like you talking about Hamburger Helper?
Yeah, like Zatarans is something kind of like that, right? Or are they just rice
brand?
Oh, I didn't know they were just rice.
I think it's based out of New Orleans.
Yeah, jazz it up with Zatarans.
That's right.
That's
and
how
you put it on your corn. It's the bomb.
You're thinking of Tony's seasoning.
I am thinking of Tony.
Yeah,
my bad, Tony.
So anyway, you ended up going to the flea market.
We went to the flea market. First aisle we went down. If you're from Mobile, you obviously know the first aisle. They have that little, it's like a petting zoo, I guess.
A farm area.
Yeah, and you can pay like 50 cents and go through the petting zoo.
Right.
Well, before, Lucy, close your ears. Before I got over to Lucy on like aisle 6. There was this really precious bunny.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? I think I could own a bunny.
So Lucy was almost a bunny, pretty much.
I mean, I might not have called her a bunny. I mean, Lucy. she would have been called a bunny, but... So yeah, I saw the bunny. But the lady was so rude. You know how
the bunny lady or the puppy lady?
No, the bunny lady.
Why?
You know how last week we were talking about sales and things like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be a good salesman, you'd think you would offer a pretty good pitch, you know?
Right.
I asked the lady selling the bunnies, I said, do you think I would be a good bunny owner? And she just pauses for like 3 minutes. So I had to
3 minutes.
3 whole minutes. And so I was just like...
She may have had a stroke. She just froze for 3 minutes.
That's like, I don't know if she didn't hear me or what it was.
She just stared at you dead in your eyes.
So I just kept on looking at the bunnies,
okay,
looking around, and then I brought it back up. I was like, ma'am, I'm thinking about purchasing a bunny. And she was like, oh, okay. I was like, can I just let it run around in my room? And she was like, no. I was like, what?
Why not?
That's what I was thinking. She was like, you'll kill it. I said, I won't kill it.
Kill it with what?
She said it would eat the electrical, like...
Oh, dang, and like shock
like
itself?
wall outlets. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And
I was trying to burrow up in there or something?
I was like, well, any pet can do that, but I mean, if she doesn't want me to buy her bunny, then I won't buy it.
Right.
And I started thinking about bunny poop, and I was like, that's something different.
Yeah.
You know?
So then you continued through the flea market.
Yes, we went down like 5 other aisles till we got to the last aisle. And there was like 5 Australian Shepherd puppies with this like dog breeder seller. And she was the only girl. and let me tell you what, guys, she was not cheap.
Okay. Well, what kind of price range are we talking here?
A whole stimmy.
Oh.
A whole stimmy.
Okay.
And I'm not one. We'll probably talk about this later when we talk about our own childhood pets.
Mm-hmm.
My family has never been one to really pay a lot of money for animals.
Right.
I think all of our pets have been like either drop-offs or just like, a friend gave it to us.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. I felt like I needed it.
Izzy's doing some kind of hand signals in the background. What do you need? No.
Can you cut this out?
We can cut it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw this out. As a pet owner,
Yeah.
you may be careful telling the world that you bought your dog for a breeder from an expensive price, because a lot of people look down on that.
What?
They're like, adopt, don't shop.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Do your own thing. I just
Fine.
wanted
No,
to,
come
I
on.
just-
We have
if you got
producers
some-
interrupting the podcast. No, it's
if you got
good. It's
some
fine.
scrutiny, I just
It's
wanted to
fine.
be sure I said my piece. okay?
Thank you.
We might add that on.
We'll add a little disclaimer. Okay, we're gonna leave that in.
We won't cut that out.
Yeah. So
my
let's
opinion
react to
on
that.
Yeah, like I was saying, I've never been one, and my family's never been one. We've adopted most of our life, but Australian Shepherds, most of those you're not gonna find them in like a pet rescue center or
Right.
for adoption, because they're such a well-known breed. So how would you go about getting one if you didn't buy it from a breeder?
Right. If that was the breed you were really searching after.
Yeah, and I've been doing some research, and they're super smart dogs.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
And I was like, you know what, I'll do it.
So
why
you
not?
had no plans of getting a pet. You had plan of getting a bunny for 10 minutes.
No, well, yeah, 10 minutes, but I didn't
And
plan
then
on
you
that.
were like, yo, I'm going to get this dog.
Yes.
Just pretty much out of the blue. You just saw it, and was there a connection, an immediate connection?
Yeah, I asked to hold two of them. I held a dog, a boy dog. I guess that was her brother. And we've had boy dogs, big dogs in the past, but this one just seemed chillax.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't bark a lot now, and she gets along pretty well with other people. She does bite the crap out of me in the morning, though.
That's like a puppy thing.
Dude, my nose is sore. I don't think it will ever heal up.
Oh, dang.
But I think I'm gonna put Lucy down. She's
A little restless.
kind of run around.
Now, me personally, this is kind of an unpopular opinion. I'm not really a big pet guy.
Okay.
So I've definitely had a lot of family pets in my past, for sure. But me personally, I just don't get the same enjoyment out of interacting with an animal that I feel a lot of people do. I'm not trying to look down on anyone who likes animals. That's most people. But me personally, when you are petting it, I'm not getting the satisfaction that I feel your average person who likes pets is.
Well, even after having the same pet for 10 years, do you not I don't know. Because right now, me and her bond is not that strong. But
Sure. I don't know. Maybe I've just never had that attachment to a pet.
Have you ever went out and said, this is going to be my pet?
No.
Maybe that's the problem.
Or maybe it's because I don't like pets.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. But
Fair enough.
I don't know. Maybe as we go through the stories of our past pets, we'll uncover a little more to the answers of my dilemma.
Obviously you didn't buy a new pet, but did you
Right.
do anything else over the week?
No, not really.
Jumping back to last week's episode, did you watch any of my shows or go back and watch some?
I watched that episode of Arrested Development that I was talking about with the blind lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. I have to go back and catch up on that.
I took some of your recommendations.
Okay.
I've watched think 5 episodes of Community.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yes.
Chevy Chase, you know.
He's crazy.
He's like my favorite one so far.
Okay.
And then obviously the girl from the show we were talking about, Love.
Yeah.
Jillian
Brita
Jacobs, I think
on
her
the
name
show.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also started Middleditch and Schwartz. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That show.
It's so funny.
The first
right?
episode had me dying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've laughed like legit at something in a while.
Yeah.
And I was kind of.
It was funny. With like short Paul when at the one like the wedding.
It was
or
the
whatever.
parking lot wedding.
Yeah, the parking lot.
And I
wedding.
loved how they asked the crowd and they took a real story
Uh-huh.
and made it their own.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when the dude pops up and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm a ghost."
Yeah.
And then he runs off.
Yeah.
And he comes back. He was like, "This is what I've been waiting for." I was dying.
Yeah.
I recommend that.
Yeah, I hope I wanted to go see him live, but
Ooh.
they never were coming in our area. I think they may have went to Atlanta, but I think that may have been when the Corona hit or something. But I definitely remember wanting to go for sure.
You know, I've seen Ben Schwartz, but I've never heard of the Middleditch guy.
Yeah,
He was cracking me up more than Ben Schwartz.
yeah. Ben
love.
Schwartz is like way more like of a character, you know, and he's like a
Yeah.
little more like reserved and kind of awkward.
Yeah, but it makes it.
Yeah.
The things he came up with, like hanging off the chair, I was
yeah.
like, you have to be super clever and on. Anyways, we'll move on.
Right, we could talk about that forever.
That's
All right,
hilarious show.
so we've both written down lists of all our past pets that we can remember.
Yeah.
Should we just go through the list and kind of say all the names, and then we'll touch on stories of each one?
We can do that, I guess.
So, how many past pets have you had? I've had like 11.
Roughly 11. I
11
think.
plus 5, kind of.
What does that mean?
I'll get into that later. So, here's the past pet names that I have: Bubba Kitty, Gordon, Rudy, Domino, Sissy, Odie, hamsters. I couldn't remember their name. My brother's naked mole rat Rufus, Gordo, and then
Pause.
uh-huh.
You had one pet named Gordon and another pet named Gordo.
Yeah.
Your family's not very original.
No. Listen to those names. Rudy, Odie, Rufus. Well, I didn't name the other two. The other two are Lion and Zoe, my girlfriend's pets. So they're technically mine as well.
I gotcha.
So who are
Is that all?
Yeah, that was it.
So I tried putting mine in chronological order, but I may have been
Mine was
off.
mine was a little older.
So we got Jasmine, Maggie, Helen, Spot, and we had some goats when I was a baby.
Okay.
I didn't really have any connection to them, but I know there was goats, maybe a horse. I know Gus Bryant, his family had a horse, but
Okay.
we'll move on. Did I say Spot? Yeah.
Yeah, you said Spot already.
Simba.
Simba.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You're saying my people are original. Yours are all Disney characters.
and we had I had some turtles growing up,
Oh, okay.
and we have a dog currently named Sophie. We did have a cat named Charlotte, and now I got Lucy. So
All right. So who was the oldest pet of yours that you can remember?
I believe it was either Maggie or Jasmine. I want to say Jasmine because I vaguely remember her growing up.
And Jasmine is a
It was a big old Rottweiler.
okay.
Yeah.
Any interesting story to tell about Jasmine the Rottweiler?
Like I said, that was when I was fairly young. I do know she would always get in fights with my neighbor's dogs.
Okay.
And, Rottweilers, they're a pretty aggressive breed, I would say some people view them as.
Mm.
But she was the sweetest dog from what I can remember. Big too. I remember I would just lay on her and she would just let me when I was like a little kid.
Nice.
So
a
she was
beanbag
like
chair.
black and brown and white, I guess.
The oldest pet that I can remember is my mom's cat, Bubba Kitty. And I remember it being over 20 years old when I was like a little kid.
Wow.
Yeah. And that cat has passed since then. I just remember like my mom always being like, God, I hope this thing would die already, because it was like mean, and it got like really mean when it got old, you know? So if you got near to like hiss at you, so it's literally just this animal that lived in your house that was like, don't mess with it or it'll like get you, you know? There's this old cat with like, you know, like hair was starting to fall out because just of how old it was.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talking about cats and their hair falling out, that's like the most gross thing to me. Like when they start like balding.
Yeah. What, that freaks you out a little bit?
It freaks me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because it's like, oh my gosh, I used to find like joy out of petting you, but now I don't really want to.
Oh, because it's a little gross.
it is a little gross.
Yeah, and cats' bodies are like slimy, like feeling. They're like wormy. You know what I mean? Like they have no like dogs. They have like form. You know, like their bones and muscles.
Like cats would just kind
cats
of
are
limp.
just like exactly.
But
It's
I guess where I'm going with that, if there was ever any fleas like that, you would be able to see right through the fur. And
I mean, just see them all running around,
yeah,
going crazy.
that would freak me out.
Yeah, that would be gross. So, all right. Well, we'll just kind of like, if you have a pet that you can remember an interesting story about, kind of tell it.
Yeah, hop to your next oldest you can remember.
Okay, yeah. So my next oldest that I can remember are. This one's gonna kind of be a little like a multi-part story, so feel free to like chime in and comment or whatever. But this kind of goes also off of Bubba Kitty the cat.
Okay.
So my mom had this evil cat, and then somehow we convinced her, hey, we'll get our own pet. And she's like, okay, go to the pet store, we'll get you a pet. I don't know why I got this hamster, but I hate rodents. They gross me out, like any type of rodent.
Mm-hmm.
A weasel, a ferret, a rat, a hamster, even a squirrel. If you
bunny?
Look at it close enough. Bunnies are pushing that line, but I'm still not really a fan.
Yeah.
But they don't really like gross me out. So I got this hamster, and my brother got a naked mole rat. This was like back when like Kim Possible was popular.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm pretty sure it's blind too. I think that's how they work.
That's how they work.
I'm pretty sure they're all blind, aren't they? Look that up for me.
You said that's how they work, like it's some type of toy or something.
Well, so yeah, Mom, this is how naked mole rats work.
Yes,
So-
son, they're all blind.
So I got this hamster. My brother got the naked mole rat. We both had our separate cages. They both stayed in our rooms. Like literally 2 days after we got the hamster, it had 6 babies, bro.
Wait, y'all bought a pregnant
Yes,
hamster?
We bought a pregnant hamster.
You couldn't tell? It wasn't like a little
No.
thumb-sized lump on its belly or something?
I don't know if I was really feeling his belly like that. I thought it was just like fluffy, you know, like wow, this one's fat.
You just went after the fattest one.
I don't know. I guess. But yeah, so it had babies literally 2 days later, and they were. I remember how disgusting looking these like infant rodents are. But so a couple days passed, and the mom hamster started being able to lift the door to its cage and opening it at night. Like
Oh,
so, it
wow.
was like a little latch, like
Oh,
kind of like
wow.
a drawbridge. You lift it up and you latch it on, and it could lift it up like, you know what I'm saying, like a chest press or whatever, and then it would like throw it over, like just be like, "Huh."
Jeez.
And all the babies would like escape with it, like
Mm.
they would like follow behind her.
Mm.
So like one night, maybe I could,
I don't really like where the story's going because I'm like starting to see how many turns it could take.
yeah.
But you can finish.
Well, I just kind of came to the connection in my mind that maybe this is why rodents gross me out. So, so they're missing, right? Like I'm like, oh my god, they're not in their cage and the door's open.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm freaking out. I like turn the light on. I'm like looking through, like looking under the everywhere. We find like a baby in the corner of my room. We find one behind the couch in the living room. They had literally spread out everywhere.
And
They
they're
were-
alive?
Yeah,
Wow.
because we were afraid that Bubba Kitty was gonna get to him and eat him.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up saving them all. I found two. They were like in the bottom of my bed by my feet, and it was like the gross little baby looking ones. And that was just disgusting. So we ended up giving those back. But with my brother's naked mole rat,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should actually say this on the podcast, given Izzy's little warning. My brother.
Okay.
Remember how you said that I like referred to the naked mole rat as like a toy?
Yes.
Yeah, my brother referred to it like that a lot too when he
Yeah.
was a kid. And he'd be like putting
This
it in like,
says-
this like monster truck and like driving it around
That's
like
hilarious.
around the yard, and he'd be like he'd be like the perfect size to sit in all these like remote controlled vehicles.
That's pretty funny.
And then it would like pee everywhere though.
Oh,
And he
man.
was like nervous because it's blind. They don't know what's happening.
Well, this actually says most people think naked mole rats are blind, but they're actually not blind. So their eyes just open like a little bit. So they actually go off their other senses like hearing and smelling. But most of them aren't actually blind. So screw y'all, like flipping it off thinking it was blind. Like, screw you, little mole rat. You can't see me, but I'm just doing whatever.
Well, don't you think he would hear that and still be offended?
See, like the middle finger going up?
No, but he would still hear them yelling, "Screw you!"
Whoa.
All right, so that's pretty much the story of those rodents. We ended up getting rid of them.
Wait, why did
we
you...
took them back to the.
Why were you so like reserved in telling that part of it?
That's like my brother.
Do you think that's animal cruelty?
Yeah, like sticking a live animal in like this vehicle that's doing like like it wasn't like just a casual sweet little like. I'm talking. It was like.
So it would like launch it, and it
Yeah.
wouldn't. Oh,
Like,
would it fall
We were
out?
doing like Evil Knievel like type stunts with this.
Wait,
guy.
is that like a? There was like a show on that. I feel like.
What?
Toy Story.
Was it Toy Story where, like, there's a mole rat or something driving, like a motorcycle or something? I don't know.
Maybe like Over the Hedge.
Good movie, but I don't think that's what I'm thinking of.
G-Force?
I like G-Force, yeah. So the next dog I can think of was Helen.
Okay. Now, what kind of dog name is Helen? That's such like.
She was deaf and
It sounds like the
blind.
name of your. Oh. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, I think somebody like gave it to us because me and Gus, we had pretty large properties, so we kind of let our animals and dogs kind of roam free.
Mhm.
And I think somebody down the road was like, "Look, this was in our litter. We don't want to like shoot it, but it's deaf and blind because it doesn't make
Dang.
a sense to us."
They were gonna shoot it. No, I didn't even have like anything necessarily.
I
wrong. They
think
just
I
couldn't
think it was
see
like
or hear
running
it.
into the road and stuff, and so we
Oh.
were like up the road away from everybody. So
Right.
so we took it. Sweet dog. I think she was like a a Dalmatian mixed with some type of shepherd.
Mhm.
Um,
So what does a deaf and blind dog do all day?
it just does what other dogs do, but it relies on its smells, I guess.
That's it. That's the only
But it would like
sense it can
it would
rely on.
it would pick fights as well, or like the other dogs, like Gus's dogs, would
Yeah.
mess with it.
Oh, they would
And
like bully it.
it wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, yeah,
so
if
that
it's
wa-
blind
that was a
and
big
deaf.
issue. Honestly, looking back, I don't know what happened. It
See
might
that
have
one,
died.
if that guy who was flipping off the naked mole rat and cussing it out, it could do that to that dog because it wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to hear the insults either.
Yeah, but screw that guy. Whoever that guy is out there.
Right. I never had an animal with any kind of vision impairment
Well,
or hearing
Most
impairment.
of them, when they get older, they develop like cataracts.
Hmm.
So that's surprising.
I think my mom's dog is Sissy is starting to get to that age actually. So
Is she a poodle?
no, she's a miniature schnauzer.
Oh, schnauzer.
Yeah. So another dog that I had was this dog named Domino. It was a black lab. We got it from B&B Pet Stop. It was like adoption night. People would come and just bring puppies, and you adopt them, pay like a adoption fee.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got it for like $25 was the fee that you had to pay or something like that. Nothing too bad. But so we got it. I think it probably lasted for like a year. Then one day it dug out of the backyard. And it was literally right before school. I think I'm in 2nd grade. Right before school, I'm getting ready to go to the bus stop, which is right in front of my house. And as I'm walking out the door, I see my dog. It would like chase cars whenever it would get out. It was chasing, and it got like caught up under the tire, bro. And then like you could just, I can still like remember that like sound to this day, like that, like the loudest like loudest yelp ever. And then
this dog better survive.
Well, like in, I actually don't remember what happened, but I remember looking at it like, how in The Walking Dead, this is so messed up. This is just how I remember it in my mind.
You're comparing it to The Walking Dead.
Well, in like the first episode where you see the zombie and it's crawling with his front, but it has like no back.
Yep.
That's what it was doing.
It had no back?
Like the back had like pretty much been completely flattened by the tires.
Oh my God. Why would you bring that story on the podcast?
I don't know. Not everything's funny, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be real, tell a story about a pet that I had.
You should have made something up. Sorry, listeners. Nick has no decency when it comes to pet stories.
I don't remember
there
being like we need to put it down type thing. Or I don't know. Maybe I was like sitting back inside. I don't know.
Wow.
Because I don't really remember anything after that. Like I remember like getting like I had my backpack on, walking to the bus stop, seeing that, and it happening, and then I just remember being on the bus, and then my neighbor being like, "So, I heard your dog died this morning." I was just like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's terrible.
So rest in peace, Domino.
It's funny that was...
Rest in peace, Bubba Kitty. Shoot,
Well, and Jasmine and Helen, because obviously they're dead now.
Dang. Yeah,
it's very depressing.
It really is.
So my next animal is also a lab. Sweetest dog. Labs are such good animals, or dogs. But she was a white, yellow lab, like completely white. This dog, as sweet as she could be, like I said, we had a lot of land, and we didn't really fix our dogs growing up. So she became like the neighborhood whore. Yeah. And she was having puppies like every time, like every 6 months, however long it takes.
Dang.
That dog probably had like 10 litters of puppies.
Jeez.
And it makes me wonder what we did with all those puppies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think
we would selling them, giving them away.
It's so sad. I apologize, dog lovers that are listening. This might hurt Izzy's feelings.
Well, I already gave him like a gruesome step-by-step.
So, you know how dogs are supposed to like get their shots or whatever before you sell them?
Yeah.
Well, I think how we got rid of them all we would just take them to like local festivals or like our flea markets, and we would just give them away for free without their shots. So they might have been getting like parvo or something.
Dang.
So now I feel really bad.
Yeah, is that illegal?
We didn't. It used to be. Now it's not. But it used to be. People were doing it all the time.
Dang.
Maybe that's why dogs need all their shots now, because they stopped making it such.
You were probably one of the reasons that they kept spreading these diseases. You got these unvaccinated dogs being spread around.
Well,
or is that even how dog diseases work?
They would like get on the ground whenever they would put them down on the flea market or concrete, and
concrete, the flea market. That's gotta have the most diseases and bacteria down there that you could find.
But sweet dog, she lived probably be like 18 or 20 or so. But I don't know where all of her offspring are to this day.
Huh. It'd be cool if they could do like that 23andMe. And like show all the connections.
I'm sure they're not alive right now, but Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Been on the timeline. Well, not if they all had parvo and stuff.
You're right.
So after those and the hamsters, those other pets and the hamsters, we ended up moving, and then we got a cat and a dog. Because, I feel like, well, at least my family, we always had to have a family animal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
I feel like that's most.
My house
families.
never had, like, that one family animal. We weren't the house to bring in multiple animals. Like, oh, we love any stray dog or
There
cat
was
we
always
find.
one.
But, yeah, there's always one. So... we're moving, and we don't have any animals at this point because the dog just got run over by the truck. Bubba Kitty died of old age, and we had to get rid of the hamsters. So we're animal free. So we decide to get this little miniature schnauzer named Rudy. Miniature schnauzers are really smart animals. And Rudy would bark a lot, but this was when we lived in a house with a big yard, so it was okay. He could just kind of run around out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so that wasn't really my dog. That was my mom's dog, and I thought he was pretty annoying. But then we got a cat named Gordon, and it was just this orange cat, and it was an outside cat. But every day when I would go to the bus, it would like walk me to the bus stop and sit there, and when I would get on the bus, it would walk back and leave. And I thought that was pretty sweet, right? And I normally don't like cats up to this point because my past cat was Bubba Kitty, that mean cat. And now I have this sweet little cat that sits with me at the bus. I'm like, wow, can life get any better than this? Well, one day I come home. And get off the bus, and I see Gordon, and he's got like scars and stuff all over him, right?
Oh,
and he's like acting all weird, like he just got in like a fight with another cat or something.
Oh man!
And I'm like, oh my god, what happened to you? And so I like go inside, and I'm like telling my mom, and we come back out, gone. We never saw him again.
Whoa, that could be like a movie,
right? It was like he just wanted to say like his last get his last look
Yeah.
in, and then like disappear.
What if like he enlisted into the war and he went through like a day
Like
and
a
was
cat, like a cat
like-
war, underground cat war.
Sergeant, I gotta go tell Nick bye.
We don't have time for that.
We
damn
don't
it.
have time. The dogs are infesting our neighborhood.
I don't care.
That's right. So I came and told you bye, and then it might have died the next day and more. Oh man, that's a sweet moment. You should get that tattooed on you. Like on your Gordon, yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Gordon just on my arm.
Well, the face of the cat,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
Gordon or something. That's
Well-
funny though because my dad's name's Gordon. Oh man.
Maybe that's why your dad and I get along so well. There's like a little bit of that cat energy I'm getting off him.
My dad calls you Nicky. I'm like, Dad, he's not a little baby.
He says, "What's up, my Nicky?"
Yeah, I'm like, is this some type of slang for something? It's kind of.
All right, let's hear another pet story of yours.
Well, since you jumped to a cat, I guess I'll jump to our oldest cat, Simba. It was about the time of my next pet, and I'm going in order. But some of these pets were around. It's not like Nick's family where they just had one or two. We often had like 3 or more.
Oh, okay. See, I don't like a house like that. It gets too noisy in there.
Well, some of them were outside. Most of them were outside. Honestly.
But like those people I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
They got like 8 animals. And you're just in there and it's just constant barking, jumping.
What's
hair
smelly?
everywhere. Yeah, stinks.
And it's just annoying. But this cat was named Simba. It was white and it had a little limp ear. You know why it had a little limp?
What?
It had a ear that was limp.
Okay.
Not all its life, but for the remainder of its life, it had a little limp ear.
Why?
Because my mom was cheap and bought Dollar General flea spray for it. And it had like a seizure. and my
its
mom,
ears just like twitching.
my mom had to like give it a shot.
Oh my god.
And had to like bring it back to life or something.
Wait, what?
It lived to be like 21.
Wait, so this dog had a seizure. It died.
Cat.
Y'all brought it. Okay, cat. The cat had a
No,
seizure.
it was
you brought
having a
back-
seizure, and my mom, she's a nurse, so she probably had something. She was like, "Let me save it," and she gave it a shot. And
Gave it a shot of what? What is a shot that just takes
What?
you out of seizure into?
penicillin, maybe? Is that what it?
I don't know. I don't know. Can your mom just be shooting up a cat with penicillin? Is that legal?
Don't talk about legal. Okay,
Oh dang.
you sent your cat off to war without any.
No, he. I'm more mad at him. It hurt
Penicillin
me
is
more
a
than it
group
hurt
of antibiotics. I don't know what it was. I don't even.
Some
I
kind of
vaguely remember how it
life-saving
happened,
cat drug.
but I do know it was having a seizure when we gave it that flea medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to like rub it off, and we felt really bad, and we actually spent good money to get a flea medication after that.
Dang.
But Simba was a great cat. Great cat.
R.I.P. Simba.
That's right.
All right, so after the death of Gordon the cat, we moved into a new house, and we decided when we get to this new house, we're gonna get another animal because Rudy, the dog, and Gordon, they would play together, and it was cute, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They would kind of run around with each other, because I think we got them when they were young at the same time, pretty much.
We've had that dynamic. Cats and dogs, they actually do really good with each other.
Yeah, if they like
Right.
rub together, it's like brother,
Most of
sister,
the
brother, sister, sister.
Cats and
type of-
dog I've had. Yeah.
So after the cat died, we were like, he's so lonely. You know, we're at school all day. My mom's at work all day. What's this dog doing all day?
Mm-hmm.
So we decide to get a new dog, Sissy. Sissy, by far, favorite pet I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Sissy was another miniature schnauzer. She was super cute. So cute. But she was really bad. She would like tear up wires, you know, tear up any type paper or whatever. But then Rudy impregnated Sissy. And Sissy,
Oh, Rudy.
I know, right? Little horn dog. He's that type of dog that it'd get really excited when you pet it to have a little boner. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
And
what
it's
you're
like I'm
talking
flattered that you're happy that I'm petting you, but it's also gross.
I never had that dog in my life. But
Okay.
yeah, I've been to other people's houses, and I'm like, what the heck is
Yeah.
wrong with your dog?
Yeah, he was that. Yeah, he was that guy.
Mm,
Really overexcited.
yeah.
Easily stimulated.
Yeah.
So-
just like me.
So, yeah, that's why I don't
You
get
don't
that close to
pet me.
Caleb anymore. Yeah,
We have to have a whole lab table.
That's right.
You know, he found that out one day in chemistry class.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, buddy. Gotta
I'm
get you to
just-
scoot
I'm
like
just over here
3 inches to the right. But
Oh,
so
man.
Rudy impregnated Sissy. Sissy got so big and pregnant, dude.
Yeah.
And this is like a tiny little miniature schnauzer, you know, very
Yeah.
like, we get it groomed and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He got super pregnant. Then it started like hiding under our shed in the backyard. And my mom's thinking like, oh, is it trying to kind of like nest up in there and have its baby down there? Or babies down there. We're not gonna be able to get in there. We can't be doing that.
Well,
So we
most of our pets that had babies, they would find like a little shed as well.
Right. Well, we made like a little nest kind of thing for her inside. She just was choosing under the shed. So we got her out. I don't know why we ended up doing this, but we ended up taking her to the vet after we pulled her out from under the shed. And then come to find out, she was so big and pregnant. And dogs normally have like a lot of puppies in a litter, right? She only had one puppy in there,
What?
dude. One giant puppy.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So she had to have an emergency C-section because she couldn't push it out of her.
What the heck?
You know,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I know, right? So it was just one big puppy, and it was too big for her to, you know, push out. So they had to do a C-section. So that's why she was like hiding and hurting because I guess you're just trying to push this giant baby out. So then the baby comes out, and it's a pure white schnauzer.
Oh.
One singular pure white schnauzer.
Y'all didn't keep it?
No, because
What
we
the
already
heck?
had 2 dogs.
So? It's
See?
the only child and y'all
No.
deprived it from its mother.
No, listen,
The
dude.
more stories I hear about you, Nick, I know
Look,
why you
it's like in
you don't deserve
look,
to love animals.
in apartments they have a 2 pet limit. And I think at my house there was always just kind of this unspoken agreement. There's a 2-pet limit of the house. You don't want 3 pets. Two's company, three's a
But they're
crowd.
a family.
2 dogs is company, 3's a crowd. Well, no, because the family would have been broke up anyway because...
Y'all,
So-
without permission,
listen.
just gave up your happy little, wife
No,
and
the
husband.
dog... No. The dog was bad, first off. He was also biting into wires and stuff. So we ended up getting rid of him. I think we sold him or something. Then, after that, now Sissy is like super calm and sweet from her pregnancy and her... I don't know, maybe she had postpartum depression or something. I don't know. But she's been like so sweet and quiet, and she'll just stare at you in your eyes. She has these like beautiful cow eyes,
Yeah, I've been over to your house.
Yeah.
Sissy's sweet.
She is so sweet. She's just so fat, and she'll just come into your face and just stare at you. Very sweet dog. But so like a year after she had Gordo, the one puppy, Rudy got out of the door one morning, and he was always a barker. And he saw a car, ran at it, barking, caught up under the tire.
What the
There
heck?
goes my second dog to truck tire.
Wait.
So Rudy died.
Was
And then after
this
Rudy
recently?
No, this is probably my senior year of high school.
So I've never met Rudy?
No.
Okay.
So then, right, like maybe a little bit at time after that, we decided to get Odie,
Oh, I've met Odie. Yeah.
who is a white schnauzer. We're trying to like fill that hole of
Y'all
the
could
Gordo.
have just kept Gordo.
No.
This
no.
was gonna happen.
We weren't expecting this dog to get hit by a truck.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Yeah,
It's
now we
gonna
know.
happen
Yeah, now we know.
eventually.
If my family buys a dog, there's about 50-50 chance it's going to get hit by a truck. So I guess we need like a backup plan to hang out just in case. But so now we have Odie. He's super sweet, super cute. Those are my mom's current dogs right now. Odie's like 3 or 4, I think, and Sissy's pushing like 10. She's getting old. She's got like heart problems, stomach problems. She's always going to the vet.
Oh,
But,
dang, a 10?
yeah.
Do schnauzers live pretty short?
I don't know what their average life expectancy is, but I think she just kind of got messed up after her pregnancy. She just had kind of always been a little different after that, She was always like a little more fat and would get fat really easy.
Oh, dang,
before that, she
miniature
was real skinny.
schnauzers live 12 to 14 years.
Oh, dang. So, yeah, she's like about on that time frame. But so that's all my childhood pets, pretty much. I don't think I missed any.
I have one more childhood pet, and we're talking like was around before like 10.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple, but this was the last one that's really significant and played a part in my life. Its name was Spot. I don't know if you've met Spot.
Mm-mm. I don't think.
It was our only outside dog, and it
Yeah.
was like
No, I think I remember
a
going over
German
there.
Shepherd lab maybe mix. I don't know. It was a mutt that got dropped off to our old house. It was around the time when Maggie was alive. Maybe Helen. I don't know exactly, but
Mm-hmm.
Spot, my dad, he'll boast about Spot and about how good he was. Great dog, loved children. I mean, it will just roll over and let children just attack him.
Right.
He lived to be 18, I graduated high school, and he shortly died. So it's kind of cool that right as when I turned 18 and graduated high school, he was really throughout my whole life until graduation.
That sounds like the plot to one of those movies where like the dog.
Like Air Bud or something.
No, not Air Bud, because that's just a dog that plays basketball. I was
Like-
thinking one of those like Dog Way Home,
Yeah.
like a Dog's Way Home. Isn't that what it was
Oh,
called?
Homebound. What,
No, there's like a movie that came out not too long ago, and it's like the dog, like
A Dog's Journey.
something, yeah, and it would die and like reincarnate as a different dog in this guy's life or something.
I know it.
Something
I haven't
like
seen
that.
it.
But yeah, the dog like kind of was like, "Oh, I've done my job.
Yeah.
He's a grown man now. Pull the truck around."
What was that movie though? I'm thinking of. It was like a couple of dogs and then a cat.
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. I loved that movie.
I
That
haven't
was,
seen it forever.
I know I haven't either, but when I was a child, I remember my mom would ask me what movie I wanted to watch. I'd always pick like Homeward Bound.
I always would pick that live action Flintstones movie.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That was just
That was a little more recent though, I feel like.
I feel like it probably came out around the same time. You look up Homeward Bound, I look up Flintstones.
No. Homeward Bound was like really early 2000s or
Bro, Flintstones was 1994.
the live action one?
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. We were watching that on VHS.
That's a funny
Reruns.
movie though. I could
Yeah, it
watch
is.
that as an adult, probably to laugh as hard as I did as a kid.
Probably with John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Holly Berry was in that. She was
Holly
she looked good
Berry.
in that movie. I remember.
Oh man, she could be my bad boss.
I swear. I remember when Fred Flintstone's tie would be like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh man, Homeward Bound came out in 1993.
See, they're right around the same time.
That's a good movie though. Both of those good movies.
We'll have to do a podcast where we talk about like
Childhood
movies of our
movies.
childhood that are kind of obscure like that. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
was just a VHS we had that we just watched over and over.
Yeah. Like, what was your family's go-to movie or something?
Right.
So, I talked about Spot. How good of a dog. let me backtrack to Spot. He was also the neighborhood little man whore
Okay.
or dog whore. Yeah.
Like Gigolo.
I don't know how many babies he got around town.
Okay.
He probably got babies in Africa,
Okay.
Hawaii.
Right.
Shoot, I don't know. He got around because we would also.
So it was like an outside dog that just roamed the neighborhood.
I feel really bad, you know. Back in the day, things were different. Obviously, me and my family wouldn't do this today, but back in like the early 2000s, it was different when it came to like pets and things
Yeah,
like
there was
that.
no internet.
Yeah, so
No one to
did,
hold you accountable.
you didn't really know. You would just go to the flea market or go to the Azalea Festival, give your dogs away or whatever.
Right.
And people would take them because back then, you know, people probably had bigger yards than we have now. So they took them. Anyways, next animal I really remember, we had these little turtles, you know. I think I found this turtle. I had like a box turtle and then one of those miniature turtles, but they did not live long. But now that I'm an adult, I realize you're not supposed to take turtles out of their natural habitat because they only have like a 1 mile
box.
radius.
Right. A 1 mile radius.
I don't know.
Maybe like a meter. Are you talking about their tank?
No, like when they're out in the wild, they
Oh.
only like go around the same mile, like circle
Oh, I see.
throughout their life.
When
So if you pull them out of that, it's a greater chance they'll die quick.
yeah,
So
when
that's
I
kinda
was
sad.
in high school, my girlfriend at the time wanted me to get her these turtles for her birthday. Like the turtles they sell at the flea market. I feel like a lot of our pet stories center around the flea market.
I mean, most of our listeners, if you live in Mobile,
You know what we're
you
talking
know,
about for
you know
sure.
the flea
If
market.
you're not from Mobile,
It's iconic.
how would you describe it? It's kind of like a
I've been to other states.
think of like a redneck mall under just a bunch of awnings. And instead of there being a hot topic, it's just a woman selling like-
chickens.
yeah,
Or brawls.
yeah, exactly.
Chickens, brawls, phone cases, corn,
right?
everything you can think
All
of.
right next to each other. Boom,
That's
boom,
right.
boom, boom, boom.
And man, you walk in there with $100
Birds.
bucks, you could get probably 50 items that are quality.
Like there's probably like a guy who's selling some like wooden benches he carved.
Yeah, like if you were a newlywed couple about to buy a house and you only had $100 bucks and you need to decorate your house.
I don't know. Flea market is expensive though.
Really?
Because they're like,
I would-
oh, it's all homemade, so they jack the prices up.
Most of that stuff was from China though. It was like
I'm talking about the people who were like
Half
making
and
wooden
half.
benches and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, phone case and stuff, super cheap.
We actually have our front porch swing. It came from the flea market.
Yeah. But so anyway, I was getting my girlfriend these two turtles when I was in high school, and I got them for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of days would go by, and I'd come by and I'd say, "Hey, that turtle tank looking a little dirty. I read you're supposed to clean it pretty often." make sure you're feeding them. She's like, okay, whatever. I got it. 2 weeks later, I come by.
It's even
Super
worse.
dirty. I'm like, oh man. Well, you say you got it.
Yeah.
I come by a month later. That tank's like black. Turtles are just floating around.
Floating around. Were they dead?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So rest in peace to those 2 turtles.
That's awful. That is awful.
Yeah.
Shame on her.
Yeah, R.I.P. to them. But it was weird. I don't even remember how much I paid for them at the flea market.
Probably like $10.
Is that where you said you got your little turtle from? The flea market?
I think we found it, but maybe.
But they would sell them in these like super tiny containers, like literally the
Yeah,
size
like
of
lunchbox.
not even maybe. Yeah,
It was like
like a tiny
like a
metal
square,
lunchbox, like one of those type
Oh,
lunchboxes.
metal?
Like it was like that size. They were
Oh,
so
yeah.
small, the containers
Yeah.
you would get them in. And they would just have 20, 30 of these containers just lined up, just one turtle in each one.
That's a sad life.
For the guys selling them or the
For
turtles?
the turtles.
Oh,
They're each in one singular
Mm-hmm.
tank. They can't cross that threshold.
well, the 2 that I got for my ex, they did.
But then
And
they
they
died.
died. So maybe they died doing what they loved, being together. That's just what I'm going to tell myself. If someone gets like triggered by like deaths of animals, this like podcast is going to have them flipping out. Because
We're going to have to have a warning.
But I mean, I guess if you're telling stories about all your past pets, they're all going to end in death because they don't live forever.
Listeners, most of my pets lived a long, healthy life. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know about the ones we gave away, but all of mine lived over like 15 years.
Dang.
Yeah.
Humble brag.
We took good care of our pets.
Well, we would take good care of ours too, but you can't help when a truck comes by. Once you do that, all your caring is out the window.
Or when you give it to your girlfriend in high school and she doesn't want to take care of them.
Well, those are a gift.
Exactly.
That's like out of my control at that point. Once I did that exchange,
Exactly.
I'm turning over the keys. So if the car gets wrecked, I'm not liable. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Just like that naked mole rat. If it gets wrecked, it's my brother's fault. It wasn't me, mama.
All right. So, did you have any other old pets, or do you want to get into ones that are current?
Most of mine, yeah. The rest of them are still living.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and get into my final 2 pets. Their names are Lana and Zoe. They're Izzy's 2 little dogs that she got when she was 17. They're Pomeranians.
Go
They can-
ahead and tell us how you really feel.
They have good. I can tell that as animals, they have good intentions. But to me, they kind of come off like that kid in high school that was really friendly, but was a little too much.
He would like run to lunch every day.
Or not even just that, but just like being a little overly friendly. Like, okay, you don't have to laugh so hard at everything I'm saying. You know what I mean? You don't have to be.
I used to laugh pretty hard.
No, but I'm saying like that, like overly friendly kind of. I had that
Yeah.
idea of someone in mind, but I'm obviously not gonna say it. But just like kind of cringe a little bit.
Were
like,
they in
oh.
our chemistry class?
No, but that's a decent
That's an
comparison.
example.
But it's just like it's like okay, I get that you want to be sweet and you want
Yeah.
attention, but you don't have to do it by jumping, acting crazy, and barking. Like the less, it's like relationships. It's almost like the
It
harder.
becomes unattractive.
Yeah, exactly.
At first, it's like all cute, and then over time, it's like, you're still doing this?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's
And
like,
that dog breed.
it's like yeah, because every time someone comes by and
Yeah.
they meet Lana and Zoe, they're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, they're the sweetest dogs ever. They're jumping in their lap, they're petting them. And
Yeah.
it's like okay, yeah, but you're thinking they're excited because it's the first time they've ever seen you. No, this is how they act when I come out the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just so much, but they yeah, they have good intentions. They're just a real extra.
Okay.
I don't really like barking. Like I said, I'm not
Okay.
really a big animal guy anyway. and they have like a lot of the qualities of animals.
That you don't like.
Right, like my mom's dogs, they don't really like do anything, so that's why I like them. They
I
don't
like
really,
those breeds as well.
like they don't act like dogs. They just are like like living pillows. You know, they just like are quiet and sit there. So yeah.
So my next dog that I had, I think we got her right when we moved into our house. So like 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy thing is, her name is Sophie. Before I jump into it, crazy thing is, we find out after like a month of having her. My mom, me and her went and picked her up downtown from my mom's old best friend. I mean, they're still best friends, but they used to work together. And she was getting this Chihuahua Dachshund, but the Chihuahua Dachshund had a sister. So it's cool that my mom's friend had her, and then we got its best friend sister.
Oh, okay.
I know that was kind of.
So wait, they're sisters or their dogs are best
they're
friends?
sisters, but their owners are best friends.
Oh, and then okay, I get it.
So that became my heart, and she's still alive.
Damn.
I love this dog. You know I love this dog.
I do know you love her.
Her name's Sophie.
She's so sweet.
She's a Chihuahua Dachshund. I feel like she's louder than Lana and Zoe.
Yeah, but imagine double that though. So you have like one loud dog that barks maybe a little deeper, but I got two.
Yeah.
And they're like yappers. I kind of wish they had like a little more bass in their bark.
Yeah.
But this is like it's actually louder than that. But
mine's like a yodeling, like
yeah, like a kind of like that.
Well, not like a basset hound, but yeah.
Let me hear.
No, that's like your dog, just all Nick's dogs that ran over the
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, I was having Vietnam.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Lana's are like a little more like.
Yeah.
Right. I need a dog to kind of be like a. Roof, roof.
Oh yeah. I feel like Lucy's gonna be like that one day.
It'd probably be like a little like, kind of like in between, because isn't it gonna be kind of a smaller dog? At the end of the day,
It's gonna be like 60 pounds, 45 to 60 pounds.
No, that is not how big it's gonna
Yes.
get. It's not. This is like an alligator.
Well, I'm talking about like length.
Like nose to butt.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a tail. You're telling me its nose to butt's gonna be this
Let me
long?
look up the width of Australian Shepherd.
No, length, not width.
Oh yeah. But my Chihuahua Dachshund that I have, she's still alive, and she's a little jealous right now because I just brought this baby home with me.
Right, so you're replacing your heart with,
Well,
or you're adding
I'm
to your heart and making it
adding
bigger.
to it and having a branch off because I know she's getting old, and eventually I'm gonna be dogless.
So you're setting your heart up for heartbreak for when Sophie dies. So instead of you having to deal with
It's kind of like
that loss, you just go ahead and piggyback all those emotions to the new dog.
Yeah.
Is that healthy?
Well,
To look at it that way?
I know a lot of people do that, but that brings me into my next animal. We had a cat that my sister gave us like 5 years ago. It was a calico cat.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be super hyper, but it got to the point where it was a good little cat. It actually ran away. This is why I bought Lucy.
Okay.
Listeners, I had this cat for like the past 5 years, and her and Sophie really had a bond going on. And then all of a sudden, right before Thanksgiving of 2020, she disappeared. I think somebody stole her because we haven't seen a dead body anywhere. But
Sure.
I don't know for sure.
Well, look, my cat disappeared
She had a lot of life left.
in that same neighborhood.
Really?
Because this was when I lived in your neighborhood.
You lived in my neighborhood?
Yeah, I lived at
Sky Vista?
Sky Vista, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, you lived
In the past 10 years?
when I was in middle school. I moved.
So,
I
yeah.
moved out of there in 7th grade.
I think I was there.
I was like always hanging out with Kenneth Bolton.
Oh, yeah. Kenneth is my neighbor.
Yeah, he lives like across, or he used to live across the street from you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like
You
at
know-
that corner right there.
You know, we probably shouldn't be name calling, but there's a girl with the H that lives down the street, and
Yeah.
then there's some pretty prominent names that lived in that neighborhood. We would probably have good jokes aside from the podcast talking about those people, because I remember riding on the bus with them on the way home, and it was just a collective of all kinds of. I'm talking about demon worshippers.
Yeah, you had
Really scary people in that neighborhood.
yeah, you had your various cast of characters, everyone with their own quirks.
Look, females. Wait. Is this?
It says 22 inch.
Is it length
Wait,
or
20.
stand between?
No. That's from ground to. Look at that dog, dude. Look at the picture of that dog.
It's like this.
No, from nose to butt. It's no way that big. Look at it next to a human. Is there like not a picture of one with a human?
Sure, there
We're trying to
is.
find a picture of. What is this dog called again? An Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherd.
Find a pic of it
They're
next to a human.
they're probably like
look. Click on that one.
they're like 3 feet long,
Look,
dude.
bro. Click on that one standing in front of the girl.
This one?
Look, his legs are probably this far apart. So it's like this
Yes,
long.
that's what I'm saying.
Look how you're doubling what I'm holding.
No,
You just moved it in.
For those listening, my dog's gonna be a giant. I'm already calling.
All right. Well,
So, are you done with your list?
yeah, that's all my pets. But
Yeah.
I will add a
Yeah.
pet that I kind of want to get.
Oh. You
And
said
I'm
you
not
don't
really
like
a pet guy. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm not really a pet guy.
Can I guess it?
Sure.
Do you want to get a bearded dragon?
You're in the right ballpark.
Oh, an iguana.
Yeah, you're.
Chameleon.
I can't remember what it was. I'm trying to find. I think he maybe called a.
Well,
Okay.
that was on my list as well. Obviously, Lucy is the newest addition, so I don't really have
All right.
too many stories about her.
So the pet that I kind of want, because I just saw it at, I don't know if I was in a Petco or a PetSmart. They all run together. But I like to go look at the reptile section,
Mm-hmm.
because reptiles, they kind of be looking like little dinosaurs. They're an animal you don't really see often. You're always seeing dogs and cats, but how often are you seeing like a cool lizard? And I saw this super cool looking thing. It literally just looked like a fat snake with arms, and it had the chillest looking face. It was just sitting on a rock, and it's called a skink.
Okay.
And like, they're pretty cool looking.
Dude, you can find one of those in my backyard.
No, bro.
Yes.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I see
Look
those
at
things.
this thing.
I see those things all the
They're
time.
like this big, bro. There's no way you have big lizards like that are the size of a football slithering around your
I'm
house.
trying to pick up Lucy, but it's really hard.
But I just thought they were pretty cool looking. So if I do come around to getting a pet, maybe I'll get that.
What you gonna do with that? You just gonna admire it, or you gonna play with it?
Well, that's the thing. They don't like being played with. So like, it would like stay in its little terrarium, which I'd have to trick it out, have it nice for it. But I guess if it wanted, like, if you could bond with it, maybe you just set it out and like set it on your desk or whatever next to you, and he just chills. They just
I
like to sit there and do nothing. They don't like to
No.
move around. Yeah.
Probably enclosed encounters, but
No, look, they just be like hanging out on rocks and stuff, dude.
I don't think it's gonna interact with you how you were thinking.
What
That's an ugly ass little lizard.
Bro, that thing looks cool. It literally looks like a raptor. That's a high def photo.
It has like a blue tongue.
That's cool. I don't know, but yeah, see, like I said, I don't get the same enjoyment out of like a dog and a cat, like petting it, snuggling it. That's not really my thing. I feel like it would be cool to just have like a cool lizard looking over your shoulder.
My cousin had a snake, and one time,
I don't like snakes.
one time they cornered me in the corner of his room because I told him I'll be brave. I can handle it. They took it out and they were trying to get me to hold it. I turned into like a little middle school girl. I mean, this thing was probably only like 3 feet long, but I did not want it. I did not want it near me. So let's jump into the quiz. We hope you enjoyed all those stories of death and life
And
at the same
despair.
time.
What can we take away? is there a lesson we can take away from kind of highlighting all our pets and their lives? I feel like it really makes you. I feel like an animal can really like define an era of your life, you know. Because if you have a dog or a cat or whatever type pet for a good while, like
some of your personality probably ties into having that pet.
Right. Well, years run together too. Like you can't necessarily remember like, oh, this happened in 2012. Oh, this happened back in 07. Yeah. But you can remember, oh, that was when we had this animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they're healthy. I think having animals brings a family together, especially if you have siblings. It's fun, you know, as long as you take care of them.
Yeah, that's right. Don't be like our parents.
Yeah.
But I feel like
do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you learn from that, and
obviously, if you can't take care of a pet, don't get one. Somebody else probably will be able to take care of it.
Right. All right. So we're about to take this quiz. The quiz is on BuzzFeed by Chelsea Marshall. And the title is, What Kind of Dog Are You? Now, is this breed of dog? It's just what kind of dog are you? Like, is it going to be like a...
Breed and type are the same, right?
I know if it's going to be like, oh, you're a good dog.
No, I think it's talking about a breed.
All right, well, before we get into it, let's guess each other's what breed we would be.
That's a hard question because I don't know how many dog breeds they're taking into account.
Let's just assume all.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I guess first last time on our last quiz?
Yeah, I go first then.
Trying to think.
I would say maybe you're going to be like...
I already think of what I am. Saint Bernard.
I was thinking maybe that or like a Basset Hound, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I see you as like a little Boston Terrier.
I love Boston Terriers.
They're fun, energetic.
I like their like bug little eyes.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go Saint Bernard for you, or like maybe like
Beethoven.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so we'll just do like we did last time. One question, then you read the next. All right, so question 1 is, it's Friday night. What are your plans? Party time? A quick nightcap? Sitting at home? Another OkCupid date? Netflix binge? Clubbing? Dinner with your fab friends? Snoozing? Or a hot photo shoot?
I wish they would go into more detail about a hot photo shoot.
Well, on my Friday night, my plans are usually Netflix binge. So that's what I'm going to go with. What about you?
Yeah. Here recently, it's been another OkCupid date because I've been single for quite a while. You have the opportunity to Netflix and binge with your girlfriend.
Well, I would do that single too, I feel.
What, go on another OkCupid date?
No, Netflix binge.
Oh, yeah. Right. I was about to say, don't say that. But I'll go with that because here lately, all the dates have been just okay. I've been down the road so many times. It's
what road? What road?
The road of just being friend zoned or just not being what the girl is wanting. But that's okay. I got Lucy.
Now it's making sense. All right, go ahead and read the next
one. All right,
question.
the next one is, what's your body type? We got small and athletic, lanky, naturally thin, Jersey Shores, Polly D.
So specific.
I like that. More to love, muscular, average, short and curvy. Her why doesn't matter.
I love how it's all real body types and then it's just Jersey Shores, Polly D.
I mean, that explains it.
What's his body even look like?
Has a short neck and he's like muscular.
Like Jim
and always has
laundry.
his shirt off.
Right.
He's a show off.
All right, well, I'm going to go naturally thin for me because I'm just like a naturally skinny guy.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm leaning towards lanky or average. I'm really lanky. I think the way I walk too is just kind of like I mosey around.
Yeah.
But I'm also average. I'm not too thin, not too big. Which one do you think I should go with?
I would probably say average.
Yeah.
I feel like lanky you would probably need to be
Really
I don't-
thin.
Yeah.
Like the Slender Man.
Yeah, but what is the definition of lanky? Because when you were acting out like that, it was like, okay, yeah, maybe you are lanky. Because I feel like you do be having like a wobbliness to
A
you.
wobbly?
Yeah.
I'm not drunk all the time.
You got a
When I think of lanky, I
unorthodox
think of
in
really
this.
long legs, long arms, and just kind of. Okay, lanky definition: ungracefully thin and tall. Why did I say
Thaw.
tall?
What is it?
Tall.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
kind of
yeah, I'd go-
thin and tall. A little. Well,
and emphasis on the ungraceful part was what I was thinking.
I'm not graceful.
So I would say either average or just the ungraceful.
Let's go with
part of
lanky.
the
That makes things
Okay.
more interesting.
All right. Pick a color, please. And then we have different colors: red, light blue, purple, green, dark blue, yellow, pink, black, orange. Me, my
Is that
wardrobe.
asking for our favorite color?
Yeah, I'm
Or
assuming.
what color would you wear?
Well, if there's kind of the same. You wear colors you like.
All right.
I'm gonna go black. I'm a pretty monochromatic guy,
I like blue.
even though I'm wearing this pink sweater right
I
now.
wear blue a lot.
Okay. All right. What's the next question?
What would be the name of your memoir?
Is it memoir or memoir?
Memoir be. Just friends, a love story. Eat love and eat more. Running in circles. Dead ass. How I learned to love myself. Life of the misunderstood hero. Who, comma, me? Question mark. Don't mind if I do. Or growing without roots. These are pretty funny. Like it's basically like if somebody had to
Write a
sum
book
you
out,
up in
yeah.
like a little.
So what's the title?
Quote.
What's the title of your memoir out of these?
I feel like a lot of these I could, like Just Friends, a love story.
Yeah, no, definitely. You literally just alluded to that. That has to be it, right?
Or I'm always running in circles, having the same. I'm always talking about deja vu. That's another podcast, but
How I learned to love
I
myself.
don't have an ass, so I'm not gonna pick that one. I'm pretty flat and lanky.
Right.
I also like how I learned to love myself because I'm always doing that.
Sure. We all are.
Or Life of the Misunderstood Hero. I
You
feel
got a
like
lot of options. All right, pick one. Pick one.
I'm going Life of the Misunderstood Hero because I feel like some you don't think that's me?
I just thought it was ironic that you were bringing up that you
The love?
get friend zoned a lot, and then
Just
it's the
Friends.
exact
I'll
question.
pick Just Friends, but sometimes I do feel like I'm misunderstood, and I am quite the archetype. Or
Yeah. All right, the title I'm going to go with is Growing Without Roots.
what
I
is
kind of like that.
what is that?
I don't know,
To
but
tie
I kind of
into-
like that.
Tie into that
Maybe
could tie into.
let's see if
something.
you're growing without roots.
I could think of something, but it's our podcast.
What?
You being like adopted.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess I wasn't even thinking in that regard. So yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It makes
so then
sense.
that'd be like no technical roots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go with that one. So next question. What's your go-to dancer move? All right, here are the dance moves to pick from. The wiggle, booty dropping, judging in the corner. that big dance move. Ballroom dancing, the hippie, the shopping cart, aggressive voguing, grinding, all about the fist pump.
Some of these.
Which one of these are you busting out
Some
in
of
the
these
club?
strike me. But what is aggressive voguing?
It's like, isn't that kind of like striking a pose, and you're just like,
Like Zoolander.
yeah, I think. All right, the dance I'm gonna go with, I'm like a bouncer, like I bounce.
I was leaning towards wiggle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go the wiggle. I feel like that's the closest to what
Should I
do.
go
Kinda like-
wiggle or should I go hippie?
What's the hippie? It has to be referring to a specific dance, right?
No, it's just saying like when they dance, they think you're like a hippie. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, is it style? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Okay.
But
Well, okay. I'm gonna go the wiggle.
I think I'm going with the wiggle too because I'm not the biggest dancer and
Right.
it can look kind of awkward sometimes.
All right, we're about halfway through the quiz, maybe a little over half.
My question is, what kind of exercise do you prefer? We got yoga, throwing around a ball, sprints, whatever the hottest new trend is. Ha ha ha. Talking about exercising. It doesn't say that, but running around excitedly. 6. Opening the door for delivery. Or I'm a gym rat.
I would probably go with throwing a ball around.
Yeah, like sports.
Yeah, I like to play basketball a lot. There's some other things on here that I like, but if I'm looking for like fitness, that'd probably be my go-to. What about you?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with whatever the hottest new trend is because I do I bounce around with all kinds of ways of doing things, I guess.
All right, the next question is pick an author.
I like this one, even though I know half of these people.
Nicholas Sparks, Toni Morrison, Amiri Baraka, Sylvia Plath. I'm gonna say Juno Diaz, J.K. Rowling, the internet. I don't read. Albert Camus or David Sedaris. Now I'm not really familiar with many of these authors other than
This is where we will
Sparks
use
and
Siri.
Rowling.
I'm gonna use my recommendation. Siri is a great way to look up things really quick. Hey Siri, who is Toni Morrison? Well, I guess it's not gonna say it to me. I was hoping it would really just... Okay, maybe this is a quick.
Yeah. Wow. What a.
Okay,
What a
she
recommendation.
is an African American writer, and she won a Nobel Peace
Well,
Prize.
give me a book. What book? What book?
I'm trying. Song of Solomon. She wrote a book in the Bible.
I remember.
Okay, I don't know what book she read, but I don't think we read them. It's
Okay.
talking about Sula. You ever read a book called Sula?
Sula, no. All right. Well, I haven't really read any books by any of these authors, so I'm gonna say the internet. I don't read. I'm more of a nonfiction guy anyway.
I think I'll have to go with,
But I do read. But out of the options.
since I am a hopeless romantic at heart, and I like rom-coms, I guess I'll go with Nicholas Sparks.
His aren't rom-coms. They're like rom-drums.
Yeah, they
romantic
are.
drama.
That's definitely drum.
All right. Which pop star do you identify with the most?
Hmm.
Beyonce, Cher,
We can relate to this.
Taylor Swift, Robin, Ira Glass, Britney. I refuse to dignify that question. Okay. Lord, Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
I'm immediately going Beyonce out of the options.
I'm going Lord. I like her music. It only had women singers on here.
I guess not a lot of men probably are
Or
taking a
pop
quiz.
stars. What's that pop star too?
Oh yeah. Or in
I
the
wouldn't
quiz.
consider
I mean,
Lord a pop star, but
Well, it depends when this. Maybe this was written right when that one song came out. And we'll never be royals.
yeah, but
royals.
Lord is more my genre than the others. So,
All right. What's the next one?
what's your number one pet peeve? Taking food off my plate, chatterboxes, pretentious people, pimple poppers, the patriarchy, being a meanie, chipped nail polish, judgmental people, or having pet peeves.
Mm.
I already know.
I have a lot of big pet peeves, but none of them are on this list.
Well, if you had to choose one, one stuck out to me. I don't like mean people, so I'm choosing being a meanie. If you're a meanie, go be a weenie.
I feel like if one of these things were to happen that would catch me off guard and annoy me the most in that moment would probably be taking food off my plate. If it was just like
I think
we were at dinner like with a group of people and some dude just put his hand over and grabbed like my hamburger or something and ate it, I don't know how I would react. I feel like I'd be kind of offended. So I guess I'll go with that one.
I was thinking chatterboxes for you. I mean, you were talking about like Lana and Zoe, how they just never shut up, and
Yeah, that's like a dog.
relating to people. There's always those people that are just constantly.
I guess I
talking
was
about-
comparing him to that. All right, yeah, I'll go with that.
Either that or taking. I don't know what scenario.
I'm just trying to think like out of all these when I was reading them, which one would make me the most mad?
Yeah, you pick which one. Yeah.
We'll stay with taking food off my plate. Let's go to the next question.
All right.
This is the last question, by the way. All right. How would your friends describe you? Artistic, larger than life, introverted, superhero, needy, comforting, funny, loyal, or high maintenance? Now, this is how would your friend describe
So
you, so
maybe
why don't we
you
pick
pick-
for each other?
Yes, but if you don't pick the one I want, then I would be really upset.
Well, it's how would your friends describe you. It's not how would you describe yourself.
I know, but I see one that I think really.
All right,
Most of my friends have said this about me. So,
Oh, no pressure. Okay. Well, go ahead and tell me what you think for me.
funny
All right.
or artistic.
We'll pick one.
But seeing that I haven't seen many things to judge by when it comes to art and the things you've produced, I know you said you want to be more artistic in terms of other things. I'm going to have to go funny.
Okay. All right. And then for you, I'll give you.
Well, it could be a couple, I guess.
Needy and high maintenance are really jumping out to me.
Shut the front door.
I'll go with. I'll go with comforting.
Okay, good job.
I feel like you're a pretty comforting guy.
I was either
I was going comforting, loyal.
that was the first thing I thought of, comforting. I have
Alright.
a lot of people say that I have a. Did you pick funny on yours?
Yeah, I just clicked funny. All right, so what dog did you get?
Where do you submit it?
Right when you click it, it like does it. You must have missed one. All right, well, while he's doing that, the dog that I got was a mutt. Does that even count? That's not a dog breed. A mutt? You're a renegade, an artist, and you will not be confined to any sort of box. You have tons of real-life experience that makes you a great dinner party guest with tons of stories.
Didn't catch like.
Plus, you are cute in that je ne sais quoi kind of way. And then next to the mutt, they give me the ugliest dog I've ever seen. It's like covered in mud. It needs a bath. Jeez. Okay, what kind of dog did you get?
It's funny I got this dog breed because I do not like this dog breed at all. I got a pug.
Oh,
This is the most annoying dog breed. to
pugs
me.
are cute, man.
All right, so it says, sure, sometimes you feel really left out. Wow. I do feel that. But you really shouldn't care so much. You are hilarious and adorable and completely worthy of the spotlight. Oh. It's also okay to be the quiet goofball. That's who I am. If you're the kind of pug who's cool with the corner of the room. Okay.
But they heard you talking about how you got cornered in that room by the snakes.
Either way, your empathy and hugs make you downright majestic.
Damn.
You keep doing you.
I feel like they really ran with the comforting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that dog's downright ugly. My pug's pretty cute.
Well,
I just don't like pugs because they have breathing problems.
Yeah, they're all like.
I can't even do it.
All right, so that's the quiz. What dog breed are you? He's a pug, and I'm not a breed at all. That's
They
fun.
took your adopted.
Yeah, they took one of our answers each, and we're just like, just go with that one.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Silly BuzzFeed. They know how to push our buttons.
All right, so that's the quiz. Coming toward the end of the podcast, we'll both give a recommendation before we go. I'll go ahead and give my recommendation. I would recommend that everyone hop on this new site called NBA Top Shots.
Okay.
It's this. It's like where you buy and sell crypto collectibles, and what that is think like Bitcoin, what it is to money. Like it's not really a tangible thing. It's all digital.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like that, but for collecting like sports cards.
Cool.
But so you like open packs, you get cards, and you can sell them on the marketplace. People will buy them. Some are more rare than others. Sometimes you'll have one that's like a 1 out of 250. There's only 250 of these cards created. Sometimes it's like over 10,000. And they're more or less expensive based on how good they are, how many there are. But the marketplace is growing super fast. It's still in the beta mode. It hasn't even gone live yet. So when it goes live and so it's like basically the first cryptocurrency that's being sponsored by a big organization. So it's going to be the first mainstream one. It's sponsored by the NBA. There's going to be like an app where you can show them off. There's going to be an app where you can trade them and play with them. Like it's going to be a whole thing when it goes live.
That sounds pretty fun.
But so right now, today, a Zion Williamson card sold for $100,000. Yesterday, 2 LeBrons sold for $40,000 each.
Holy
I bought a bunch of cards like 3 nights ago for like $5, and now they're selling for like $40. So I've put like $200 into this thing in the past 3 days, and right now my inventory, if I were to sell everything, would probably get me like $2,200.
Wow. But don't do that.
That's only in like 3 days. Yeah, exactly. You're just gonna let it grow, because over like
I'm gonna
months
have
and
to
weeks.
hop on that.
But I got on it like the day before it got super popular, because now it's super hard to get packs. You have to be there like at the moment it drops and hope it doesn't sell out instantly. But I got in like the day before it was that popular, so I was able to buy like 5 packs. And off those 5 $9 packs I bought.
Wait, does it give you random players?
Yeah. So sometimes it may be like rare ones, sometimes you make a sucky pack. But out of the 5 packs I got, the players probably all sell for like $1,000 probably.
Dang.
Just off $45.
Dang.
So I would highly recommend getting on that if you're trying to get in on the hype train. Because imagine if you found out about Bitcoin in like 2011 before it went live. This is that moment. Cards are already starting to go for hundreds and thousands of dollars.
My biggest thing with that, I had something like it. I don't know how popular it's going to continue to be though.
Well, it hasn't even gone live yet, and it's already the most popular crypto collectible ever. And it started this year when the season started. So it's only been going for like 4 months, and you already got people selling cards for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And barely anyone knows about it yet, because eventually it's going to be like on, ESPN ads and like during NBA games and stuff promoting it. And by that time, there will be so many people on there. The prices of all these, because the cards now are only going to be as rare. Like they're never going to get less rare. You know what I mean? So that's my recommendation. If you're trying to find a little investment opportunity, if you're trying to get in kind of at the ground level, I would suggest that, because prices of things just keep going up and up the more people who find out about it. And the sales are getting so big that a lot of national media headlines are talking about it. So that's my recommendation. So what's yours?
My rec is, if you need a friend, go get a puppy.
Oh, God.
I mean,
go to your local flea market.
Well, you don't have to do that. There's great options. I recommend like
an animal shelter.
Like your girlfriend was talking about. Yes, ideally, if you can and you're in the market for a new animal, go check out local pounds or animal shelters in your community, because those dogs, they have more than likely been abandoned and they need a home.
Right.
But I tell you what, you've heard it from us, having a pet is going to bring out some
It may not always
some good memories.
Yeah, that's right. It'll definitely be a memory.
It'll be a lot of trials, but it's gonna be worth it.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we talked all we can talk about pets and how great they are, or how
Yeah.
overrated they are. However
We
you look
want
at
y'all
it.
to continue liking, sharing, commenting, And we want your feedback. So if there's things that we could improve on, if things you would recommend, let us know. And as always,
I'm Nick.
and I'm Caleb. And
we're your two new best friends.
See y'all next week.